All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Duran, and I'm currently a career counselor apprentice here at the Career Center. I just want to welcome each and every one of you today for our presentation, which is a Career Center overview. But before we start, I would like to go ahead and give a bit of a background of my undergraduate experience here at Cal Poly Pomona and as a former RAMP participant. And so my educational journey began in the fall of 2017. And so I came in undeclared. I didn't know what I wanted to do within my educational journey. I had a couple of interests in mind, either psychology, either getting a degree in Spanish, or being a history major. Three interest areas, but I was quite lost during that time as a freshman. And so as I continued throughout my freshman year, I experienced imposter syndrome, where I felt out of place. I felt like I didn't belong on campus. And it wasn't because the environment wasn't welcoming. It was just because as a first generation student, being first in my family to go to college, I didn't really know. I didn't find a sense of direction, or I couldn't. Um, but that really did begin in between like my middle of my freshman year, going on to my sophomore year. And so luckily, throughout my time as a freshman, I did go ahead and apply to be a RAMP participant, and so it was accepted. And so I was a RAMP participant for about 2 years. And so I can say from firsthand, RAMP really did help me, not only personally, but academically, grow within the goals that I had for myself within my undergraduate career. And so I can just remember Justin and Laura really helped me with my academic goals. And so I have a little story about RAMP. I remember Dustin was my advisor, and we had this conversation about graduate school. And so if it weren't for him and just him telling me about his story about graduate school, I don't think I've ever been in grad school. So I really do thank him for helping me going to grad school. And so thankfully, Laura and Dustin were both mentors for me throughout RAMP, and the tutors were amazing as well. Um, so yeah, and so after towards the end of my sophomore year, I was looking for a position. And so luckily, the opportunity to apply for a couple of jobs on campus. And so one job that I interviewed for, which was the least unexpected job that I had in mind when I was an undergraduate student, was a peer advising job at the Career Center. And so this job really changed my life, and really made me realize what my educational goals were. And so I was a peer advisor for 2 years at the Career Center. And so one great mentor there that I have now, and that is currently my boss, is Sherry Peters. And so luckily enough, I'm so thankful for her. And so because of the peer advising position, I really did find my career path, being in student affairs and helping students within higher education. And so towards like the middle of my junior year, of course, the pandemic hit. We were virtual for 2 years, and so that did change my perspective and a lot of things as well. But Cal Pomona was really great in preparing students to go virtual. And so did face a couple of challenges as a student there, just taking full-time classes and just trying to finish my degree within psychology. But luckily enough, a lot of opportunities did arise, and that opportunity was Cal Poly Pomona did prepare me into applying for graduate school. And so towards like the end of my junior year, I was in the process of applying to a couple of graduate schools. I think I applied to like 10 graduate schools, and then I got accepted to a couple of them, but my first choice was to Pacific University. And so now I'm currently a graduate student pursuing a master's degree in college counseling and student development at APU, and I'm currently finishing up my grad degree. And so hopefully I'll finish by spring of 2023. And so I just thank all of that for Cal Poly Pomona, Learn by Doing aspect, RAMP, and my mentors at the peer advising position. And so professors shaped my life, staff at Cal Poly Pomona, and just the welcoming community that helped me find a sense of belonging here. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to Career Center overview. And so how do we engage, or how do we engage students at the Career Center, especially first generation college students, and income students and students with disabilities? And so it is our priority that as first generation college students, we may need additional guidance when navigating the career landscape within Cal Poly Pomona and beyond. And so our resources do illustrate equitable opportunities for you to discover and develop in your educational and career endeavors. And so here at the Career Center, we help you realize several important strengths by taking assessments and qualities that you bring to your education and your career development process along the way here at Cal Poly Pomona. And so we have resources and tips to help you navigate the career process and connect to what comes next within your career endeavors. And so career exploration is a process. And so choosing a major and a career direction, again, as I mentioned, it is a process. And so here at the Career Center, we have 5 career counselors that are committed to helping all of you to achieve your career goals. Career planning and decision-making is an ongoing process. And so it just doesn't take just one appointment. It takes 3-4 appointments in order to help you reach those career goals that you want to achieve. And so the following steps that will help you with the planning process is 1, self-assessment. We really make sure that all of you have the opportunity to take assessments in order to assess where your strengths are within the career that you want to go ahead and pursue. And so you take the Myers-Briggs strengths inventory assessment, and we do provide those free at no cost for students. You can just go ahead and email careercenter@cpp.edu, and then they'll provide you the rest of the information, the steps that you need to take for these assessments. And so after you do the assessments, we'll help you as career counselors identify different career options for you. So we'll go ahead and based on your results of your assessment, your strengths, we'll go ahead and identify what those career options are for you based on your strengths that you have. And then we'll go ahead and move on to career preparation. This is where we will prepare on how to network, cover letter, resume, and just different networking opportunities for you and exploration. What type of industry would you like to go into? In what ways can we explore that career process for you? And then job search strategy. This is where we will help you go on Handshake, LinkedIn, other job search platforms in order for you to know how to look for those positions that you want to go into. And then we all do all of this just, to help you with your career success, because that is our #1 goal here at the Career Center. And so make sure that you schedule an appointment with a career specialist. And so these are the type of resources that we offer here at the Career Center when you book an appointment with one of the career counselors. And so changing and choosing a major, we will help you. If you want to change your major or choose a different type of major, you just don't know what major to choose, we'll go ahead and help you with that. Also career exploration, we will look at different platforms such as Career Zone, ONET, Handshake, LinkedIn, the different type of industries that you can go into within the career that you want to pursue. We will also help you with mock interviews, in which we have Big Interview on our website. And so we'll go ahead and show you how to use Big Interview and how you can do that on your own time, but we'll assist you with that one-on-one with the counselor and then you as a student. Also with grad school, we will go ahead and explain what that process looks like depending on your major requirements, how to prepare for it, such as using like a spreadsheet, what are the cost of grad school, again, depending on what your major is and what program you want to go into. So we can go ahead and prepare your personal statements and statement of purpose. We'll go and give you tips on how to write one, or if you wrote a personal statement or statement of purpose, we can go ahead and check that for you. And then again, as I mentioned, assessments. We have different types of assessments here at the Career Center that will help you assess what your strengths are. And so again, we provide the Myers-Briggs strong interest inventory assessment at no cost. So you want to make sure you email the Career Center and they'll provide those next steps for all of you. And then job search. We'll show you how to use Handshake, LinkedIn, ONET for you to look for different positions, either full-time, internship, or entry-level positions. And so make sure you schedule appointments via CPP Connect. And so these appointments are from 30 minutes to an hour. And so for regular hours, we do have in-person drop-ins. So for Monday through Friday, we do host drop-ins from 1 to 3 p.m. And for each day, a different career counselor will go ahead and host those drop-ins. So for example, I host drop-ins Fridays from 1 to 3 p.m. So you don't need to make an appointment for these drop-ins. You can just go ahead and just check in the front desk and we'll go ahead and assist you. And then Tuesdays, we have remote drop-ins for resumes and cover letters from 1 to 3 p.m. And for individual appointments, you do have to make that appointment through CPP Connect. So choose your appointment day at time via CPP Connect. And so we are open from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so this is just an agenda of the Tuesday virtual drop-ins with employers. So we do have employers that host virtual drop-ins for students from different companies from 1 to 3 p.m. And so these are like kind of like drop-in roundtable discussions, like one-on-one, or group discussions sometimes, just depending on how many employers we have. And so we do have one going on today from 1 to 3 p.m. So it's going to be NEMA. So it's just from finance and entertainment from 1 to 2 p.m. and then Panda for all majors 2 to 3 p.m. And so October 4th, we'll have Preston, which will be Hajoka for all majors. October 11th, we have Alan, Mary, and Kevin. So 2 employers coming in for drop-ins. Coming from RSM, October 18th, Rick from USDA. So we'll show you on how to craft a federal resume if you're interested in going into that career option. October 25th, we have David from RPA, November 1st, Friday, Strava Technology, November 8th, Kenya from Board Riders, and November 15th, Brittany from Bloomberg. So this is for all majors. And so this is the Zoom meeting ID that you will use. If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot, you may do so. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. All right. Okay, so we don't only host in person workshops. We also have all virtual workshops, and so we just had 2, and so we have one today actually for interviews. Actually, I think that's going on right now from 12 to 1 p.m. So we have Enterprise Holdings, and Amanda is here hosting that workshop virtually. And so, but we have other workshops coming up. So we have October 18th, Bloomberg. Brittany will go ahead and explain what the technical interview process looks like. October 4th, we have PepsiCo. We have Jake coming in and explaining what the networking process looks like. October 25th, planning for your career. From Gallo Wine, Massimo will go ahead and host that workshop. And then for Grad School Overview Career Center, November 8th, that will be me. So I'll go ahead and give an overview on what the grad school application process looks like, what the next steps are, and how you can better prepare for grad school. Okay, and so for our career fairs, we do host in-person career fairs. We just had 2 last week. We had the fall career fair. We had the engineering high-tech fair. So I do recommend all of you attending career fairs. It's a great way to network, to talk to employers, to get your name out there, and just know about what different types of internships and full-time positions are out there for all of you, and the mission of the company. If you're interested, you can go ahead and talk to an employer or recruiter about that. But we do have a career fair going on today, actually. It is virtual, and so that will actually start at 10:30 a.m. and will continue to 2 p.m. And then we have our virtual career fair, the general fall one, this Thursday, September 29th from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. So for Thursday, we have a general career fair for all majors virtually. And for the engineering high-tech career fair that is going on right now until 2 p.m. And so you can go ahead and register through Handshake in order to attend the virtual career fairs. And so a great platform that we have for all of you, and this is a great tool, is for all of you to visit a Career Center website. This is a great platform for you to find virtual resources on how to best prepare for career exploration, on how to prepare for, or what you can do with this major. We have like different websites on our major, and so you can go ahead and find like what different types of industries you can go into. We have handouts, we have worksheets for resume, cover letter, elevator pitch, just other great tools for you to use on how to best prepare for your career. And if you're just exploring, we have those tools for all of you as well. And so you'll go ahead and go to our Career Center website, www.cpp.edu/career, and some quick links that we have: career counseling, on-campus student jobs, which that will take you to Handshake, ASI, career planning, and then jobs and internships for all of you to look at our website. And so another great platform that we have is Handshake. I do recommend that all of you use Handshake. I remember, especially for me as a first generation student, when I was trying to look for jobs on campus, when I was a sophomore, I did find it a little bit intimidating, but I think Handshake did a great job on helping me finding or looking for an on-campus job, just so I can get acclimated on campus and be able to be involved. And so all we have to do for Handshake is to sign in with your CPP email, so username and your password. So go to student login, Bronco name, and then your password. And then they'll go ahead and take you to Handshake. And so this is what Handshake looks like. And so it does have a job search tab. And so where it says job title, you'll be able to enter, let's say, student success peer advisor, on campus job. And then you can go ahead and look at what the qualifications are, requirements. And so I really do recommend Handshake for on-campus jobs or any internships that you're looking, you're wanting to be part of. And so this is a great tool and platform for all of you to use. And there's this matching thing on Handshake. And so I know sometimes with Handshake, it'll say class standing major. And if you qualify for that, but even though if you don't, like, go ahead and apply because you never know, especially for on-campus jobs. And then it does have the option to save. Let's see, if you want to go back to that job and apply later, it has this save option for you to go back and apply for that position later. And so let's see, sorry. Okay. And so on Handshake also, I also love this option for the Career Center. We have a tab where it says events. And so, for example, last week we had 2 career fairs. And so when you go on events, you're going to go ahead and click on, you'll see our events on there. Let's say for the fall career fair. And so once you click on fall career fair, you'll be able to view like the different employers that will be here for the career fair. And so let's say you just want to talk to 4 or 3 employers. You can go ahead and look at their mission statement, types of the positions or internships that they're hiring for. And so that will help you prepare in crafting your resume and cover letter and tailoring it to those employers that you want to speak to that day. And so also on events, we have like workshops that we'll be hosting. They'll allow you to register for those events. And then also you want to make sure that you look at your profile. You want to make sure that it's updated. You add your bio, your resume, all the achievements that you've had, work experience, volunteer experience, you want to add that to your profile. And then documents, you want to make sure you upload your resume, your cover letter. And then another important thing is notifications. So with notifications and with messages, there are times where recruiters will look at your profile. And so that's why I want to make sure that all of you have your profile completed, because recruiters are looking at your profiles. And so sometimes they'll send you a message or notification saying, hey, we're hiring for this position or internship, really interested in speaking to you. I looked at your resume and cover letter. Seems like you're a great match. And so you want to make sure you follow up. If it's an interest for you, follow up with those recruiters. So make sure you're checking your notifications and messages. Okay. But lastly, here at the Career Center, we are here to empower all of you. We want to make sure that all of you achieve your career goals, and that once you graduate, we want to make sure that once you're in your career, that we want to wish you the best of the success. And so, do any of you have any questions for me?
I have a question. Those messages that we get sent on Handshake, I typically don't reply to them just because I don't know if it's an actual person or recruiter, or is it just like, like a robot? So is it critical to reply to those messages?
So if it's like an interest towards what you have, of what the recruiter is trying to so let's say it's not like a position or an internship that you're necessarily interested in, it's okay. But if you are, all of our employers that we have on Handshake are credible. So we make sure that we don't have like any spam or any scam employers on there.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question also. So alumni, I believe they get access to some of the Career Center services, right? Can you explain a little bit more about that, please? Thanks.
Yeah, that is correct. Alumni do have access to our services for about a year. So if they want to go ahead and make an appointment through CPP Connect or an assessment, they may do so.
I'm actually going to correct that because I was working with a student that just graduated. So unfortunately, students, their CPP Connect access stops when you graduate. Your email you have for 6 months after you graduate. So when I contacted the career centers, you would have to email them with like when you graduated, the semester, the year, your email address that you're using, your Bronco ID and your major, and then they can schedule you manually, but they don't have access to CPP Connect. So I did let your front desk person know that, Ashley.
Yeah, so they can go ahead and email us, but then we'll go ahead and add them.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, because on the website it says that you can schedule through CPP Connect, but that's not actually true for alumni, not for current students.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I just had a quick question to confirm. So the career events have not happened, or the career fair has not happened yet, because I believe on the website it has last week for the career fair. So
so we had 2 career fairs last week. We had the fall career fair, and then we had the engineering and high tech career fair.
Right. And then it sounded like earlier you were sharing there's another career fair this week.
Virtual.
Okay. And that one is which one? Is a virtual fall career fair?
Let me go back. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so today we have the engineering and high tech career fair happening right now from 10:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. And then Thursday, September 29th, we have the fall career fair.
Okay, so just to clarify for my understanding, so both events are happening. It's just that there's a set that are virtual and there's a set that are in person, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so the ones that are on the website right now just have the dates from last week. So these today, so Thursday, okay, I'll take a screenshot of this just so I can send it to my students. We create a calendar that we use and send out to our students. So I just want to make sure I'm not confusing them.
Okay.
So yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
Are these the same employers that were at the in-person version of these fairs, or?
Yes, yeah, they should be. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, and then we have in the chat, if anyone's interested, there's also a career fair for accounting students. Meet the firms this Thursday starting at 5:30 p.m. at Ursa Major. You can register on Handshake and it is in person.
Awesome.
Do you have any additional questions for Ashley? Okay, Casey said it's free. Definitely recommend it for business students, accounting especially. Thanks for sharing. Good resources.
Hi, everyone. I don't have a question. Oh, there you go. Cool, I'm on there. I don't have a question. I just wanted to make a suggestion. I went to the career fair last year and I met with the recruiter for the Edwards Air Force Base, and they had someone in HR and not engineering. So she connected me with the recruiter who did the engineering internship, and he met with me. We had a phone conversation and he submitted my paperwork, and that's how I did my internship this summer. So I highly recommend going and just practicing talking to professionals. So I encourage all of
Yes.
you to go to the career fair. And
Yeah.
that's all.
No, thank you for sharing, Vanessa. We really make sure that as career counselors, we prepare you. And so you want to make sure like maybe 3 weeks prior to the career fair, you come in and you talk to us so that we can best prepare you for these career fairs. And so I'm really happy for you, Vanessa. So yeah.
All right, if you do think of questions or comments for Ashley, you can always email them to your respective programs. So RAMP, EOP, Arches, Bronco Scholars, Poly Transfer, and we'd be happy to connect you with Ashley or another Career Center intern or peer mentor or career counselor. And Ashley, thank you so much for sharing your experience as a Cal Poly undergraduate student and someone that was in these programs. So how our participants can connect and benefit and use these services while also understanding that imposter syndrome may affect you, and it's still something that you can seek support with and something that you can work through. Yeah, thank you. If we can get like a thumbs up or a emoji clapping fire for Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day, y'all. And again, if you have any questions on these resources, you can always reach out to your programs.